gonna start the beginning of it. We're gonna go a little bit in. I'm starting fresh off the end.
Just the tip.
You want more than just the tip.
I don't know.
You don't know a lot of things.
I never been.
Uh-huh.
It's a tree.
December 30th, 2018.
This isn't...
Le Carré, New Orleans.
This isn't in the past.
It's a prequel and a sequel, Nix.
No. That's not how that works.
You'll see.
No.
I mean, there's been certain types of media.
Only consume.
I mean, there's been certain media that actually has stories with a prequel and a sequel. I mean, the third Indiana Jones movie's one.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's deliberate.
Wait, what?
Hey, it's the parts of those bones that you found, Tori.
I find that unlikely.
Oh no. It's the Phoebe.
Wouldn't you have a better time preserving the evidence if you let it thaw?
No. Things in ice are...
Boston, Massachusetts.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down? Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The regional bureau chief merely issued a special order.
Oh. Yeah. How could I forget? A special order to rob me of my well-deserved vacation.
You want pizza? I'll buy you some pizza. You can find that junk anywhere.
Whoa! Hey! Hold on a minute. What did you just say? Pizza is not junk. Pizza is a sacred food, bestowed upon us by God himself. You need
by
to
the
apologize
Italians
right now. This
God
is
Italian.
blasphemy.
Simon is having a really bad time.
Or God?
Ha ha! You think you're so clever. Maybe if you'd eaten pizza this morning like a decent person, you wouldn't have cut your finger.
I only cut my finger because I couldn't find a left-handed
Where's this
can
conversation gonna go?
Normally, I would never make such an amateur mistake.
Oh, really? Well, if you want me to get into gear, then just feed me some pizza, okay?
We must act unfaithfully and abandon our ideals again and again. We cannot advance from one period of life into another without causing these pains of treachery.
You?
Nietzsche, again?
Seriously?
Please,
Nietzsche? Over
my
pizza?
ears start to bleed. Ever since the moment you got here, it's been nothing
The
but
hell
Nietzsche
was
quotes.
Nietzsche?
He's a
The
philosopher.
worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself.
Very,
I said knock it
very
off.
cynical.
I prefer pizza to philosophy. Want me to dial the number for you?
Come on, Agent Jones. It's time to get serious. Your 4.5 years of hard work are finally about to pay off, and all you're focused on is this nonsense?
Pizza isn't nonsense.
Quiet.
As you wish, Mother. My lips are sealed. Happy now?
Yes, yes I am. I can open this door now.
God.
The voice acting stepped up.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
Are they gonna see Francis York Morgan?
Glocks.
And no red, remember?
Red sets him off.
It's open. Come on in.
Oh my god, it is.
Zach.
Zach. I meant
Francis
to
Sack
say
Morgan.
Zach. So there's very questionable shit in the director's cut. And he's an old guy. Zach York comes to him and tells him, "Hey Zach, we gotta go," and he just disappears. What the fuck happened to you?
So he got real old.
And real skinny.
You have questions for us.
Ugh.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
Yes.
Francis Sack Morgan. She's on rails.
Zach. And this is my story.
Iconic.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
What?
Elia Davis.
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Is something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Elia Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Seth Rogen.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but
In
don't
like 10 minutes.
ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It greatly offends me.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
I wonder if he
Letters of
has Cason's
appreciation from the
toy.
governor and the Department of Justice.
Francis Sack Morgan.
They're caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them. You solved many difficult cases across your career. Utilizing your own unique MO, you've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable. According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, You quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year. Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own?
It was
There
the
are no records
paranormal.
of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
He used his persona.
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
Partner. The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together. Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
Vision.
Is he smoking?
That would appear to be the case. Looks like,
Excuse me, Mr.
doesn't look like a
Morgan,
normal cigarette, though.
but would you please refrain
Ha.
from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes.
The drugs.
You don't need to worry about us. Don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this minute.
What if we say no?
Then I'll put it out myself, using force.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah! This is Morgan's house. Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes. And I mean, come on. It's medicinal. Exactly.
Medicinal. Is there a bunch of milk
Hey,
carts
Belle.
taped together?
I don't know.
Why are you dressed so handsomely?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society.
Turkey done.
Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to
She's
hide
gay.
the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche. We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a
I finally did
shrew
it, Tori.
than she lets on.
Huh?
I finally got the
Agent
fucking
Jones.
solution working.
That's sexual
Nice.
harassment.
It requires a lot. It requires some networking, though.
Okay.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head-on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up. Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor. How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
Oh.
It is not
And
a
what if that
tumor.
human is also a high-functioning sociopath?
He's got cancer.
An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him? These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan. And now he's sitting right in front of me. That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Triangle
Right.
on the
They
table.
were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France
Something was
in the
moved.
1900s. We know it's in bad taste, but the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess. All alone.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
It's surprisingly easy.
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Stage 4 and what? Mr. Morgan, may I ask you a question purely out of curiosity? If it makes you uncomfortable, just let me know, and I'll retract it.
Belle, what's wrong? You sure put a lot of effort into that approach.
It's a question about death.
About this body?
Are you afraid of what's coming?
Think carefully about why we're smoking this, then ask us again. Honestly, we're not afraid. Rather, we find it intriguing.
Intriguing.
Yes. Belle, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in winter?
No.
In the dead of winter, the Grand Canyon is terribly cold, colder than you could imagine. A cold that no photograph could ever express. The sun. Powerless. And the temperature drops below zero, right in the middle of the day.
Meaning?
Meaning, you can't really understand something until you experience it for yourself. If you want to learn more about us, you need to gain more experience, Belle.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
Ugh.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. And this is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse. This is some kind of message from the victim to us.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art.
This keeps getting better and better.
Nicely
Better
tapped
and
in.
better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess.
God damn it.
Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yes.
They're so beautiful when they're dead.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents. Halfway finished, I think he was playing both sides by himself. If it was merely for entertainment, it wouldn't be a problem. But I know that
nobody
every action he takes has its own special
questioning
purpose. Especially now
triangle.
that his remaining time is limited.
Something was there and it's been moved.
Who is it?
That is
This
that
My
is true.
Fairy character you keep speaking to.
You can't see her? Such bad
Her?
manners. You barge into our apartment, yet you don't even care about who
My
else is living
persona.
here.
Dissociative
My
identity
stand.
disorder. In the past, it was known as multiple personality disorder. You were subjected to an internal probe only once during your career, correct? They suspected that you had DID, but you denied it, and no problems arose during your test. Is this how you dealt with the psychological profiler back then, too? Saying strange things, weaving unrelated matters together. Is that how you slipped through?
You're free to draw your own conclusions, Belle. But my fairy clearly exists. She's been sitting right there on your lap this entire time.
Creepy.
Hey, stop it. No violence allowed in here, Belle. Wouldn't want to scare my fairy, now would we?
She's been sitting on you
He
the
didn't so
whole
much as
time.
twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be. But I was prepared for that. And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner, but we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Oops.
No need to answer. If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
The person who originally admitted this report was his superior, Robert Abrahams, current chief of the Boston branch. According to Chief Abrahams, Morgan's got his own modus operandi. It's not something that others should interfere with. Well, Chief, look what that's gotten us into now.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness, aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve, which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Looking.
Timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton. Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it, especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them. Poly-MVA supplements. And a home IV kit. It's probably filled with highly concentrated vitamin C. He said that being on the verge of death is intriguing. But then why does he have such an elaborate home medical care setup? How does he truly feel? This room's a total mess. But certain spots look perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence? No. There are no coincidences with this man. DVDs are all over the place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person. And I've never heard of any of these titles before. A stinking indulgence, and a massive DVD collection. You must live a very comfortable life.
We're retired, remember?
Retired in your 40s. I'm envious.
What?
Who doesn't love movies, Belle?
I'm not a fan.
Oh, that won't do. You should dedicate all the free time you have to watching movies. It's practically an unwritten law. Films guide us. Films are filled with every important life lesson there is.
Is that so?
For example, They Live, 1988, directed by John Carpenter. That film taught us a valuable lesson. Always put on your sunglasses before a fight.
You know, you got a point. Movies teach us about everything we need to know. I learned about the right way to eat frozen pizza from Cobra. It's one of Stallone's best films. Before that, I wouldn't be caught dead trying to eat frozen pizza. I thought it wasn't fit for human consumption, but that film changed my life.
Oh my God.
Simon, that has nothing to do with the film. You're just talking about pizza.
Do you like fresh vegetable juice?
Why would you think that?
There's a juicer in your sink that hasn't been washed yet. And do I smell the faint fragrance of baked beans? You didn't use much salt, did you?
What are you implying?
You just told me that you find impending death to be intriguing. That confused me. When I look around your room, all I can see are the many ways in which you're resisting death. Poly-MVA treatment, highly concentrated vitamin C IVs, fresh vegetable juice, vegetable protein without salt, gallons of vitamin D milk for fat and calcium.
The ambivalence, yes.
What?
Two contradictory emotions, mixing, coexisting together. An adult, mature mind is never satisfied with only one response. It's common sense. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon, don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you
Pizza
knew.
coupons.
I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get
Where's
anywhere.
that special vision?
I need to press him some more.
That special vision you have. Look around.
Like shows clues or something. I can't move the camera.
Oh.
Agent Jones? Did you find the files?
There it is.
Mr. Morgan,
It's
do you
all blurry.
recognize these files?
Oh no.
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of
told you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Savannah.
Sanctuary.
Ah! 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 Yeah.
It's red.
Mr. Morgan? I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid?
Smooth.
Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And
Just
no more
tripped.
red
It's not
either.
your fault.
Don't ever touch one again. I told them not to. Why would they do that? Make them go away. Sanctuaries. Don't touch. Stay away.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you again. I'll keep them away from us.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case. The files on the serial killings that shocked Washington State in 2010. Officially titled the Greenville case. I never thought I'd take out files from a case I first heard about on the news. Here's another empty space. What does the word sanctuary really mean to him? Hovels for pure souls? Soon after Agent Jones started monitoring him, he was ordered to go through Morgan's trash. But he didn't find anything. Morgan used this machine to cut up everything. from his mail to his supermarket receipts. Then he even went as far as taking out his trash in parts. This is a very large shredder. Is there something you don't want people finding out about?
Good question. But we never know when some curious civil servants may come and sift through our trash now, do we?
You're
Don't
already
need no
retired.
Karens.
What are you so worried about?
It's just a simple habit from back when we were still on duty. Didn't they bang that into your head when you were up in Quantico? Some habits are hard to break, no matter how hard you try.
Could you tell me what exactly the word sanctuary means to you?
Sanctuaries are sanctuaries. Nothing more and nothing less.
That doesn't explain anything.
Why do you wish to know?
Just curious.
Belle, you're a much ruder person than you initially seemed to be. Don't you agree, my fairy? What do our sanctuaries have to do with the investigation? If you're out of questions, then how about just going home?
Hey, mind if I jump in here?
What is it, Simon? We hope you've got a real question for us.
Well, actually, I'm also a little curious myself. No one's supposed to touch any sanctuary, right?
That's what we said.
What about you, though? You can't even touch them yourself? Are there any extenuating circumstances?
What are you getting at?
I mean, I doubt if any of this really matters, but if no one can touch the sanctuaries, then how do you clean them?
No answer. Let's get to the spicy
Mr. Morgan?
stuff.
I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense.
Sniper, are you eating chips?
Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
Max?
Nope. I am
I'm
watching
shuffling
this
about a
and
bit.
I'm playing
Thinking
PSO
too
2.
much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past. Looks like another old antique. He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash. What's going on in his head? A jar of honey with honeycomb inside it. There's nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling. The silver clock in that trash pile. Is that an H5?
That's right. John Harrison's 5th chronometer. Completed in 1770. After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect. We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
I disagree.
Oh? Why?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy. I don't mean to side with the Board of Longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone. We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
What if it's cloudy or storming?
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and a love for adventure? Come on, Belle. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pals' courage and adventure.
Hey, hold on a second here. That Board of Longitude thing, what the heck is that? I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember? I just sort of can't remember it right now. I know what it is, really. I'm telling the truth. Come on, Aaliyah, back me up here. Aaliyah?
Nah.
A picture of a leaf. This isn't just a picture of any leaf. It's the most important leaf. The belief in truth begins with the doubt of all truths in which one has previously believed. It's time to get down to business.
That's royal jelly.
Huh?
You were staring at the jar, weren't you? Do you find it strange that there's honeycomb inside? We wanted to harvest royal jelly in its most natural state. The queen's main food source, created from the worker bee's secretions. It's a perfect food, filled with power, meant to fuel the birth of the next queen. By absorbing it into our own bodies, we too can acquire that power. Incidentally, did you know that all the worker bees are female?
No.
Guess they didn't teach you that at Quantico. Male bees are only born to inseminate, and they're born from unfertilized eggs to boot. They have short lives and don't even get stingers. Sort of feels like a glimpse into the future of our society, wouldn't you agree? Women are gifted with the power to conceive, give birth, and nourish their children. But men are consumed with the job of providing women with the chance to do so. If women no longer had to rely on men for the seeds of life, they would soon cease to desire them, we believe. Be careful, Simon.
Huh? Of what?
Your Belle's already stolen the reins from you.
Mr. Morgan,
In the
please look
whip.
at this.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan. This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Le Carre case you worked on in 2005.
Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carre in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes, it was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Half that gets the chicks.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh God.
Never
Snake
return.
eater.
When somebody needs you, you can't turn away. You're their only lifeline.
I'm not ready.
Just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten.
Ugh, it is Snake Eater.
My destiny to be alone. There's a time when you see
The deep south.
life for what it's gotta be.
Oh my God, please no.
You should know they'll destroy you. We're called to make, to keep searching, walk alone.
Ugh. Did we just see Willie?
I don't know.
I don't want to see any more crack, please.
That's a long intro. But it's certainly setting up how things are tying together.
Zach.
Time to wake up,
Zach.
Zach.
Can you hear me, Zach?
The fuck do you want?
There you are, Zach. Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos. Isn't that right, Zach?
Busy thinking about Canada.
Yeah. Louisiana sky.
So bright.
Did I mention that I don't want to go to Louisiana?
Maybe.
I think
But
I might
it's
have
got-
went to Louisiana once.
It's got so much history, though. Lobster.
History is why I
Zach,
don't
it
want to
looks
go
like
there.
she wants us to join her for breakfast.
I thought it was crayfish.
Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Oh,
Still got that shit-eating grin.
Damn it.
Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Francis, I talked to
Hurry up
birds,
and chow
Morgan.
down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this
Lobster
wonderful
for
town,
breakfast?
Licare. Sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
It means shit.
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
David Jawara.
It's raw.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
Blue.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a
He
professional.
doesn't have
But it seems
scratches.
like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good.
Still got the
Ambivalence
scar.
exists everywhere.
No, the scratch is on his cheek
Oh.
Folks say the killer used an
from
axe.
the crazy
Hell of an
lady.
old-fashioned choice, if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you
Oh
don't
my
mind,
god.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
Those lips.
Gotta love Francis's lips.
No. Is David the
You said the
new
victim
Polly?
was a 16-year-old.
I doubt it.
Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
She
Meaning?
was the
She's
popular
Lise
girl.
Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right. You
That's
ain't
right.
seen they sign on your
That's
way in
right.
here?
Oh god.
The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat. They own most of the land around here.
This game is paying off
Right down to
already.
the food processing. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just
Hey,
about
Chi-Chi.
everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
What do you know about the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge
Nom,
now
nom,
with his
nom.
granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe.
FBI, open up.
Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind. Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass.
Sounds like law enforcement.
That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show.
A little
The
kid
sheriff's
with
department
boobies.
ain't never seen nothing like this.
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief, right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans. They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat People. That's my point. Cat People, 1982, directed by Paul
Oh my
Schrader.
god.
The crowning achievement of Nastasia
You're about to
Kinski,
find
the
out why he's
ultimate
on
muse
vacation.
Of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat
What?
people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
He's on a trip to New Orleans because he watched Cat People.
Oh god.
Okay.
Find
Another
a cat
vital
person
element of
that'll
Cat
fuck
People?
me.
It's the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period.
What?
You need to remember this because it's the truth.
Whatever you say. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
That sounded like a personal assault on Max.
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister.
Only an
Why
amateur
do you
called
look
Clockwork.
so
Get the fuck out of here.
Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
If I see someone with this
But I ain't
dude's
seen
avatar, I'm
with
gonna
my own eyes.
kick him in the nuts.
Folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under
That would be
bridge,
Uber.
There was some kind of altar.
An altar?
Well,
Like
I guess
something
Uber is again.
Black magic.
Voodoo?
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a
Mm.
weird altar.
Somebody
all?
made
Oh, and
Uber
the
a
body was
horse
all cut
persona.
up in pieces, scattered around the
Uh-huh.
altar like.
I
So she was
hate it.
sacrificed.
Duly noted, Nikki.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it
He
was stolen.
crashed it.
Huh?
God damn it.
But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of
They
transportation.
gave you a
Another
skateboard.
mode?
Want to hear the details?
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible, especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous.
In
Vehicles that
2005?
utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we finally entered the 21st century.
A hybrid in
Your
Sit down on the gas
2005.
all you want. The engine won't
Your
make a sound.
lobster's turned to rubber by
silent?
now.
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, there
I can see
were
it now.
electric cars in
It's the
2004.
world of the last starfighter.
I mean, hybrid cars. I mean,
1984, directed by Nick Castle. It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself, especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, yeah, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
You want a card
Sorry,
for
I got off
Sona?
topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it, and in its place, they left me this.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
Remarkable.
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised? No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first.
what the fuck is this,
But
dude?
by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I
Sweary.
more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even
He
learned to
did
do a
say
few tricks.
if he
It was a
could
journey of
remake Deadly
self-discovery.
Premonition, he would
Not
add
even I knew I
bicycles.
had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
I guess he decided on a
This
skateboard.
summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell.
Enough with the cat people.
Let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already
Cat
looking
people are
forward to it.
cool, though.
Aren't you, Zach?
Never seen it, though.
Zach. The searing light. These scents.
It's just a fact. Cats are
It's
cool.
the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the
You
world's
didn't touch a
greatest
thing.
chef.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
The tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Did fucking Zach eat it in, like, fucking
I don't know.
Silent Hill-esque?
The world may never know.
The world may never know.
What a waste of lobster.
Does York ever eat? Oh, yeah, we did. so it's-
That's a gameplay mechanic.
Dinner sandwich.
Return to York's room and review the case. He always
Yeah.
jogs. I don't feel.
His
run-
head looks tiny.
I found the run button.
Oh my god, he's going. He's going.
Oh, there's stamina. We got stamina.
He's going. Look at his hands when you sprint.
York has learned hand-to-hand combat.
Wait, so he no longer needs a wrench?
I no longer
Punch
need
that
the wrench,
person.
for I now have fist.
That's my pizza. Get lost.
This is 2005. You're dressed like you're in 2015.
I'll fight you for this pizza.
Yo, pizza.
Swear I also wanted showering. I love hotels that provide breakfast.
I like waffles.
We never had waffles at ours.
That's a shame. Last place I was at had a waffle maker. Oh shit, he can't fucking run for shit.
Probably a thing
Mine's-
you can unlock.
Mine's had made to order omelets and scrambled eggs.
Of course, we got the music back.
Son Rouge. They're chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase? Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two, even with the help of the drugs. A feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
Okay.
Wow.
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Evidence organization, start.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana, and Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
There's no evidence to support
A
this.
16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls
She was
the
young
town
and
of
stupid.
Lupari. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
You know, I keep thinking about that
Scooby-Doo
movie we
had
stopped
cat
to see
people.
on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with
He's been
hard-hitting
talking
drama.
about movies
It was
nonstop.
art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films.
Sure.
Are you following me here? This is another special film.
Have you
that's
seen
setting a
Ninja
new
Turtles?
standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did.
Yes, The Island compares with Star Wars and Blade Runner.
This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line, a genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't use it.
Strand type games.
Knock, knock.
Answer the door.
He just pinned that to the hotel's wall.
That appear to be the case.
Don't
There
do
is-
that. They get angry.
Yes, they get angry.
Hey there, chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what
Oh.
are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David.
Oh, this is the energy we're going for, huh?
Well,
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
what?
Yes, I've gathered that Lucare is French, but
Is
does it
he
have any
multiple
special meaning?
personality disorder?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical.
Or it could be a twin. Who knows?
All names have
His name's
meanings.
David.
Would you like to know what this one means?
There can't be
Yes, I
two
would.
Davids.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah,
Lucario.
and
That's it.
that's it.
Welcome to Square.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, it's a
It
square.
is a square.
Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful,
Our
valuable,
town is complete.
and old.
We shall call it Square.
I'm sure you'll
Sir,
understand
that's
once you
kind
see
of.
it.
How about we
Now,
call it
please
something
excuse me, sir.
exotic?
If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, David. He looks like a David.
Oh. Don't zoom on the lips.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre.
Okay.
I can understand it. Remember what they say. The job makes the man.
The fuck is that in your room, York?
What? Goal, answer door. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Can I still... Oh, I can walk. I just gotta push lightly on the stick. Oh, this is toolbox now. Rubber bullets.
Fancy
First aid kit.
inventory.
Good old-fashioned cola. Some lollies.
Proper lollipops.
Oh, there's different brands of cigarettes now. Butter cookie. Sleeping bag.
You can get colds.
Yes.
Why are there voodoo dolls in your room?
It's Louisiana.
That's fucked.
Get fucked.
Only by you.
Duly noted.
Big mirror.
Do you feel that, Zach?
No.
Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. The faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman.
Who do you voodoo
Perhaps
bitch?
we should talk to him.
Is what? Oh no. What?
Nice
It's
tie.
powerful.
Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No
I'm
one these
Sandy.
days ever tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are
Dr.
blind to what's
Facilier?
in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see.
It's
That's
a
what civilized
persona.
society does to people.
No, a stand.
Exactly.
My god.
Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
They kinda
Zoomed
did.
away from what?
Nature.
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hoongan.
Hoongan.
We just
Title
really
given
aren't
a
trying
leader
to
in a
pretend to be
certain
weird.
religion.
Try to pretend
what
not
you
to be
are?
weird anymore.
I hate his eyelashes.
Do you comprehend the Oracle?
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
Fell 10 maidens in the shrine of hunger. Find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by otherworld?
Follow the Oracle.
Utaba's not in this game.
Okay, thanks, Hoongan.
Blah,
Zach,
blah,
did you
blah,
hear
blah,
all
blah.
that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos.
You've solved the
such is our
case
duty.
by talking to
We need to
paintings?
accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece.
Morgan's got a
And
unique
after we've
MMO.
put all the pieces back into their rightful
We're
places,
gonna see a lot
the
of weird
truth
voodoo shit.
will reveal itself.
Wait till you see what the upgrade
Let's
system
capture
is.
the truth and present it with a
is
shiny
it-
pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
Is it a voodoo doll?
I don't think it's a doll.
Is it a headless chicken?
No. Ooh, save point. We should probably do this.
Yeah, before the game crashes.
Dracula. This was made for the Switch. It shouldn't crash.
It was
Sorry,
a
did
joke,
you-
Mix.
What?
Did you see the picture of Dracula back there?
Okay.
I don't think that happens.
I don't think so either.
Zach, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own
It's
rules.
like one of my towns in Sin City.
It's along the Mississippi.
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside.
Decryption?
Let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now, where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and...
Diner.
Where? Alexis's Diner and Lane. This is it, Zach. There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time. Nice job, Zach.
Oh,
I knew you'd
oh
be
my
able to
God! There's bowling in this.
That's right.
That's right.
Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? I'm sure we'll find out later. First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous?
You're making my head
The
hurt.
answer is temperature, Zach. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that. The question is, does our 0 refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. Which measurement system do we use here in America?
Fahrenheit.
No.
Very funny, Zach. Now it's time to get serious. You already know the answer, don't you? Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse? That's got to be it. Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing. Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
Right. Didn't you, Tori?
Yes.
Oh.
And how about that Hungan? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
Nice to see why York finds a mug as a clue.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
different
boss,
lighter.
but this is a smoke-free hotel.
Okay, David.
If you're dying to smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
This man's too powerful.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals,
David's the
though.
killer.
Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams Deep South, actually. No, it doesn't.
Does not.
This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay,
Mario.
I'll play by your rules.
I wonder if
David
gonna
is
make-
too powerful for this world.
I do like this aesthetic and graphics.
The hard outlines.
Yes.
Hey, boss. How can I be of service?
Boss. Don't catch a cold. Can you catch colds in this game?
I think you can.
Can you die from
Zach, here's another perfect symbol of the human condition. Hunting trophies. And it's a buffalo hunting trophy. Now that's a surprise. I've seen several trophies made out of human skin, but never a buffalo's. Looking at him brings out this strange feeling from within me. Yes, the very same feeling I got when watching a certain film from 1984, directed by
Oh,
Peter
no,
Hyams.
don't.
2010. The last scene in that film filled me with such a sublime, majestic feeling. It was filled with everything that was missing from the finale of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just talking about it makes me want to watch it again. Let's watch it once we get home. Promise, Zach.
And we never did.
We always strive to provide our guest with the finest of service, sir. Our humble, bucolic
What is that
town does have
tie?
its inconveniences. Shopping in particular can be
It's just
a
a
bit of a
bow tie
slog.
without the collared shirt.
Therefore, we decided to provide a modest selection of daily
It's
necessities
just a necklace.
right here at our very own front
That's
desk.
what a bow tie looks like, Nix.
Great. Sounds convenient.
I've never
Exactly.
seen it without like a high shirt.
That's how it is. I can buy rubber bullets, first aid, coffee, cola, cigarettes, cookies. Lot of stuff.
Serving you is my greatest pleasure, sir. Please do let me know if there is any other way for me to assist you.
Okay.
Ugh.
We're gonna see this screen a lot.
Oh, this is probably a big map.
I heard it's smaller. Oh, we made it! I think.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting
Oh, look, a
lung cancer.
smartass.
You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Like George.
Then I reckon
Like
you also
George.
know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
Wow, you are a smart ass.
Stop hanging around me, shithead.
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just
call
call
me
me
York.
York. That's what
That's
everyone
what everyone
calls
calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
I can
Just
tell we're
as
gonna
I
have a
thought,
lot of
Zach.
good times together.
This contract
Oh,
paper.
no.
It's a San Rouge wrapper. San Rouge is here, too. This must mean
Sant?
that San Rouge is connected to the Lees Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that's spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
I've heard about this child.
Tell me,
Rich
Patricia,
white
does
kids.
this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Ah,
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
this time? What?
It was
He took her job.
Run, crouch, dodge, move camera, melee attack, red room.
He took her job.
Oh god. Oh god. I heard it was bad.
The frame rate, Jesus Christ.
Sheriff? What? Is it sheriff or crawfish?
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about.
I've only been in the
I'm
town for
Mel.
like 12 hours.
They call me the sheriff round here.
Why
I'm
do you
Melvin.
have... Is that your dad?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you'd... Hey!
Yeah.
Slap my
I know,
dick.
CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Elise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp.
Bruh.
FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Can I talk? It's my turn? Okay, it's my turn.
The Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Just
Well,
gave
Zach,
it to
that
us.
was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon. Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured
They're
that
keeping
much
the
out.
body at the food storage?
But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much, you know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the
Oh my
warehouse
god, this
again
game.
and make sure we get permission to search.
Love this
Sounds
series.
good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances, so be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. Skateboard. Y, get on and off. A to speed up, B to slow down. Oh god.
That frame rate, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you?
I don't think so.
Or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
Pretty sure I'm not doing that either.
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities
Just a
myself.
sec.
Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious? And don't tell me what you imagine, or else I'll get scared of you for real.
Well, it's called doing your goddamn job.
Can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
Do whatever you like. This is America, land of
Land
the
of the free. It's a free country, people.
But I have one condition.
What condition?
Born
ask me about
free.
It's a private matter. Zach, it feels like she's
Stupid
carrying
adults.
something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
Main quest and waypoint. Hey, there's a compass. And
She's
the
following
screen's
you.
covered in markers.
Melvin called you a strange
That man
name.
just disappeared.
CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl. That's what it stands for, at least.
What?
It's nice that he made up his own nickname for me and all, but it sounds kind of weird. I wish he'd call me something normal, like just Patricia or Patty, you know?
Patty? Now that name's got a ring to it. I like it. How about Zach and I call you Patty from here on out?
Do whatever you like. Weirdo. You're heading to the warehouse, right? You gonna go straight there?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to talk to Zach. We're also on a mission to fell 10 maidens, you see. I'm eager to visit Alexis's diner in
Is
Lane,
she-
but we've only just arrived in this town, so it might be nice to stroll around a bit.
What? I thought you came here to investigate.
Patty,
Where
you're still
is
just a
child?
I don't
Why
know.
do you worry so much? We're born to be free. And this is America, land of the free. You should always feel free to do whatever you want. Isn't that right, Zach?
Maybe I shouldn't have come with you.
That's right.
I'm getting kind of nervous now.
You're not here.
Free country.
Why are you talking? Your skateboard can take damage.
Yes,
Wait.
that appears to be the case.
Wait, where's the damage bar?
It's in the bottom left corner above the, was there a mini-map?
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Professor R.
Yeah, Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because
Okay,
Because,
child.
Huh? Interesting.
I'm going to hit the save point and call it there.
Is that a hearse?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's a very patriotic hearse.
America. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream, folks.